like, I think before I take an assessment, I feel kind of like prepared, and like I already know what to do, because like I feel comfortable to do it. And I think I feel comfortable because from what we do in class, it like really like sticks in my brain, because I know that you like help us figure it out, but you're not really the like source of how we figure it out, because you allow us to like elaborate and discuss with each other.
Which part of this assessment do you think you have the strongest answer?
I think the strongest answer I have is when we did, it was the question when we, it was about how when the bears emerged from their dens, they lost about 15 and 30% of their body weight, and how did they lose their weight?
So why was that the easiest for you?
I think this was the easiest because this really like was kind of similar to what we did in McKenna. Like, we figured out how she was losing weight, and we could apply this to like the bear.
Okay.
And also it was just like from our, like we could use our notebooks, and like we had all these knowledge from our class to apply it to our like test. So I was really confident on this.
You said all this other knowledge. Can you tell me? I heard notebooks. What else? What else are you told?
So we were able to like actually like look in our notebooks, because some teachers usually don't like let us look at our notes, but like being able to like visually look at our notes helps me like remember, oh yeah, I remember this, and apply it to our tests.
Since we get to talk with other people sometimes and get time to think about it and like review it over with other peers, it's honestly it's not rushed, and just feels like it's peaceful, I'd say.
Yeah. Something I heard you say that was really interesting was that you said you get to review about it with peers. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
During the assessment, like before and after we like answered a question, we got to talk with like other people about what we did and like our answers for them, and then we got to compare with them and like change our answers based off like what they said.
What do you mean? That sounds like cheating. Is that cheating?
No, it's not really cheating.
Say more.
If it's not really cheating. You're just like seeing if you're seeing if like your answer is right. If your answer is like the same as other people, and like how you can add on to your answer.
So you mean you change your answer based on what other people say?
Yes.
Why would you do that?
Because you're like, people think differently than other people, so your answer might not be the same as like another person's answer per se.
Can you give me an example of when you did that in your assessment?
When we did our first question, you let us talk with like other people about what our answers were, and like how like the bear can stay alive, and like we gave ideas on what they actually did.
Can you say a little bit more?
And me, Kaylee, and Savannah, and Skyla, we all compared, and I actually changed my answer based off of what they said.
What do you mean? Say more. Like, where did you change it?
I didn't really say anything about cellular respiration in my answer. So when they were talking about cellular respiration, I got an idea, and I added to my answer.
What advice would you give to other teachers who are going to give these kinds of assessments to their students?
Give them lots of preparation. If you're gonna give them like one big assessment after, I think the students like really need the preparation for like these big tests.
What would entail? Like, what would a teacher need to do to know that they're preparing their students?
I would say like give them lots of. I'd say if like to see what they know, and to like change up your learning if they don't know what's really happening. Do formatives, because they show what the kids need to know and what they don't know and what they do know.
So you kind of explain each and every question to us, and we use all of our resources. You allow us to use our resources that we use in class for 6th period of science, and this is similar to what we do with McKenna. It's kind of like using her fat for energy.
Is there anything else that we do in class to help you prepare for this?
So we do a bunch of like models, and we have a word wall over there. and that helps us explain our thinking a lot better. And we have stuff like investigations and articles, and that helps us prepare beforehand, and then when it comes to a test we use those things to explain.
Have you ever done revisions to tests?
Oh yeah, I've done a lot of revisions for stuff like McKenna, like answering stuff with McKenna, because I wasn't too sure. I'm not too sure like how McKenna's body works, but we've still had like some investigations that have helped us with that, like the fat storing stuff and how she uses fat for energy. But the revisions have helped me a lot because I wasn't too sure at the beginning when I took the first test, but after the revisions I gained like a lot of ideas and stuff like that.
How did you gain those ideas? Tell me more.
Between every revisions there's a couple days where we like do reviews, and between those days I kind of get more understanding for everything.
What do you mean by reviews? Like, what do we do?
We do stuff like science circles where the whole class explains what they're thinking, and that helps me like excel my ideas. So it helps me a lot when I do revision.